Hey, Douglas Trevino, Coldwell Banker, residential real estate here in Southwest Florida. Want to do a quick video update. This goes, well, it's the topic's about contractors. Um, and I'll share a quick experience that I just had closing on a home that I just helped the seller sell in Fort Myers, and they rarely use the pool. Always had they had a pool contractor, gentleman who came out and cleaned the pool and serviced it every week. And they've had him for about 2 years, and I think he services probably about 2 or 3 other homes in the neighborhood. And according to the pool guy, he had disconnected the spa, which means it will still do the overflow and circulate and everything, but the spa itself, you wanted to turn it on and dedicate the jets to the spa only to get it working. He had disconnected that pipe, so you couldn't do that. They had an old electric heater that didn't work anyway, and they rarely use the pool, as I said, so that was not a big deal. So the pool guy said he disconnected it. Well, so I was to contact him after the seller had spoken to him and said, you know, go ahead and reconnect that pipe because the buyers want to make sure that the spa works. They were going to put in a new heater, etc. So I'd met the pool guy out at the property. I couldn't find him anywhere on Google. He's nowhere online. I had to get his card. It was a very cheap looking card, but I finally got the guy and I met him out there. One-man operation is what it is. And he proceeds to put chemicals in the pool, etc., and wasn't connecting it. And I said, so, you know, we need this connected. And he says, well, you know, I can be out in a day or so and get this done. No problem, Doug. And we have a week to get this done. So he gives me his word. The next day I get a text from the guy, not a phone call, a text, saying, my pool repair guy won't be available all next week, so you need to find someone else. End of text. Very strange. No solution, no this is what we can do, or, you know, no seeking an alternative solution here, just that's it. So pretty much washing your hands of this. It just seemed very suspect. So I texted him back, and he wanted the next buyer's business. So I texted him back and said, well, you know, you're leaving me in the lurch. If you can't do this, then we need to find a different pool service as well. So he texts back to me unbelievably, don't contact me again, period. So I text him back immediately and I say, absolutely, you're going to get this last text from me. And by the way, I'm hiring another pool company now to come out to look at this work. And hopefully we don't find other things wrong with it other than what you told me. And he texted me back in an interesting way, stating that I should watch what I say because I don't know him. And he has a good reputation around the area, da-da-da-da-da. So interesting. I don't do wrong by my clients, I think was his word. And I texted him back and said, yes, you do. You just did. And by not giving me any notice and making a promise you couldn't live up to, you shouldn't have made this promise. So, and then not trying to solve the problem, which, by the way, I find with a lot of contractors, people rarely want to solve a problem. Anyway, it's interesting. So the point of this video is that I got the new pool company out. They fixed it. Of course, there turned out to be a lot of things wrong and things that this contractor did incorrectly, so they had to fix it. So there were some things wrong that this guy was trying to hide, evidently. So the point of this is he's a contractor. Anytime you have a contractor, whether it's a pool cleaner, lawn maintenance, realtor, plumber, whatever, make sure that you're getting the most for your money. You're spending this money anyway. Don't you want the best service? A lot of people will stay with someone just because it's more of a hassle to switch. Well, in the case of realtors, we'll use this as an example. If you've hired an agent who isn't doing their job, who isn't communicating weekly with you, who's not telling you exactly what they're doing or living up to what they promised that they would do to sell your home, and then it expires and doesn't sell, and then you end up relisting with them again because they either A, say, well, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z different. Well, wait a minute. My question to that is, well, why didn't you do it differently in the first place? So that's always a good one. I hear that often from sellers who had bad experiences. Or the other thing is saying, well, I already know the agent, you know, I have an affiliation with them. They're a friend of a friend or a referral of a referral. I'm okay spending this good money and getting less than great service because it's more of a hassle. It may well be a hassle to switch, absolutely. But let me just say, if they haven't been doing a great job, and if you feel you could get better, it doesn't hurt once that listing contract ends to go ahead and spend one day, just one day, to interview agents. Maybe line up 4 or 5 agents. trust me, you're probably going to get a ton of calls the day it expires or the day after it expires from agents. So if you could pick, 4 or 5, if these agents are calling, they're pretty aggressive. And we have down here in Southwest Florida over 5,000 agents. I can guarantee you will not be getting 5,000 calls. You will not, because the majority of agents will not be calling you. You'll be getting a small group of agents who are active out there pursuing expired listings, who can turn around and sell them and give the straight scoop on how to sell a home. So spend that day to make sure you're getting the most for your money. I mean, at the end of the day, and also achieving your goals. So that's something certainly that will translate to other areas, not just the pool example that I gave you, but to realtors as well. So, but if you have an agent who's tried to sell your home and you've been at the high end of the price, you haven't been really willing to come down as the seller. The agent hopefully has been telling you, hey, listen, we are at the top of the price spectrum, and that's a problem. And that's going to remain a problem until the market catches up, and that could be a couple of years or what have you. If that's the case, but the agent is doing everything they can possibly do, they're communicating with you, they're marketing, they're bringing people to the showings, hopefully if it's not too overpriced, that people actually are willing to see the house, then of course, then the solution isn't switch agents, the solution is reduce the price if it's a price issue. It's a separate matter. But if the agent isn't communicating, they've fallen off the map, they said they would, help give advice, they need to provide feedback from the buyers who come in. If they're not doing these things, then certainly it probably is time to look again at different choices. So this is just to sellers out there. Make sure that you're getting the most for your money. And a lot of times working with friends or referrals isn't always the best option. Just because somebody referred somebody to you doesn't mean that they're the best possible option out there. That just means that you just had somebody referred to you. Make sure that you're interviewing people and you're using good criteria to vet these agents to see who's going to do the best job for you. Make sure there's a marketing plan. Make sure there's something in place that they know how, there's a process, there's phases of a selling process that they're going to follow. And then give you something so that you can track that and say, hey, by the way, am I getting my updates? Are you sending out these marketing pieces? Are we having a broker's open house? Are we doing open houses if that's what we elect to do? Are we doing these things? Are you communicating feedback to us so that we can get an idea what buyers today are feeling about our house? Is there anything that is a universal problem that is being pointed out over and over again that we can possibly fix? And if we can't fix it, is it something that reducing the price might fix? So this is something that the agent should be watching every day and every week to make sure that that your listing doesn't go expired or doesn't sell. So make sure you're taking some time, look at agents, look at your contractors, not just your realtors, but your lawn care, your pool people, everybody who's doing regular routine service, your pest control, all of these guys. Trust me, for everyone who's not doing a great job, there's probably about 10 other people who really will do a phenomenal job for you and are really hungry for the business. I think, which is amazing to me in our economy down here in Southwest Florida, there seems to be quite a few, and I guess it's at any time, it doesn't matter in our economic climate, there's always some people who just get fat, quote unquote. They get lazy, they have a regular customer base, and they don't, they just provide mediocre service. Sometimes it's okay to mix things up and get somebody in who's fresh and new and really wants the business and who's going to do really well by you. So take some time, interview, make sure that you're spending your dollars appropriately and you're getting the most for your money. I mean, who doesn't want the most for their money? So I hope you're doing well. If you're thinking about selling your house here in Southwest Florida, especially as we're walking into season here, we're walking into November. If you are not under contract with an agent, or your listing is coming up soon and you're not happy, or is expiring and you're not happy with your agent, give me a call at 239-410-4460, or you can contact me below at contact information. My website is www.purefloridaluxury.com, or you can email me at douglas@purefloridaluxury.com. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are. Take care. Bye-bye.